Then what we have in TouchDesigner? We have operators or nodes. Each node solves some task or its procedure, in other words. This main window is called Network Editor, where you build networks of nodes, of operators. And if you double-click somewhere, you will open this main dialog called Create dialog. Here you can create operators. What is very cool in TouchDesigner in comparison, for example, to After Effects, where you have tons of menus and there is no basically logic how to came to some command, because there are different ways how to come to this command. In TouchDesigner, full workflow is completely similar. You create operator and connect it. That's all. So you have some additional windows and menus here, but they're just functional addition to the main workflow. And if you open this dialog, you can see we have a bunch of colors. So we have blue, violet, we have green, we have yellow, rose, and some gray. So that's it. That's called in TouchDesigner context. In normal language, I would say this is operators which are processing different types of data. So like in Windows or Mac, you have special folders which are designed to show pictures or music or videos on different way. Same here. You have, let's say, each operator is kind of file in your operational system. So TouchDesigner is kind of operational system with your kind of hard drive. And on this hard drive, you can save files of different type. So in some files, you can save pictures or videos, everything what belongs to the raster graphics. In other files, you can save, let's say, text. So all this context is about different type of data. And I will make a very briefly introduction to what kind of data we have here and why we need them. So first, where we open by default is top. Top means texture operator. Texture is any kind of raster graphic. It's called texture because it's processed by GPU, by graphic card. So it's saved in texture memory. So basically, this context more or less completely real time. Good news for everyone doing video processing. Theoretically, depends on power of your machine and graphic card, you can do real-time processing up to 16K resolution with 32-bit float. So basically you can trash Adobe After Effects. Yeah, because it's that fast, it cannot work. And logically it have less effects. But for that, we have GLSL, which I tell you later what is it. Second context, called CHOP. CHOP is channel operators. What is channel? Channel is value changing in the time. For example, so very basic example, I can create a mouse in, and now I have two values showing the position of my cursor on the screen. And this value changing every frame. Another example, audio device in, I set it up to microphone I'm currently using, and that is showing all the samples, all the values changing in the time. But in order to save sound, we need more values than to save mouse cursor position. So for mouse cursor position, we need only one value per frame. It's enough. But for sound, we need 735 values to make in good quality. So this is only difference. But both are values changing in the time. So in this context, we can interface with different devices. We can process sound. We can create channels which are controlling other operators. Very soon I will show you a very basic example which actually explains everything. The main workflow of TouchDesigner is how channels can control parameters of operators. Okay, next context is SOP. SOP is surface operators.